Hi again, folks. Welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video on this channel that discusses what you got to say. And not a funny one, a good one though. Good one that made a lot of sense to me. I read it. Words of wisdom. Digger Manager says, trust the process, even though sometimes it looks like last year. Could truer words be said? That is the way we do have to approach it. We have to trust the process. We have to move forward with this. We have to just embrace it. Embrace the losing. Embrace the losing. Whatever it takes to get to the hump and win a Stanley Cup, I'm all for it. God, I'll go through 5 more years of dead last overall if it means winning a Stanley Cup eventually. Anything to get to the promised land for this guy. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen every playoff game in their history. I've seen it all, or followed. I can't say I've seen every one because TV and everything, but I've followed every single game in the Sabres history. I clearly remember Rennie Robert scoring in overtime against Montreal, Buffalo's first win ever in Montreal. And here we are, decades later. So, I want to see this franchise win a Stanley Cup. We have to trust the process, like Digger is saying right there. We have to trust the process. We have to trust in Adams. We don't have a choice. As frustrating as it might get sometimes, and as you're just going nuts, you're saying, oh my God, we're doing the same thing as last year. It isn't about this year. I lose track of that, guys. You see it. I get emotionally caught up with wins and losses sometimes, but what's the big picture? What's going on behind the scenes? What's going on with the Adams to the one-on-one player? How does Adams react when Tage Thompson comes in a room and talks to him? Is he all high and mighty, or does he talk to him like a friend? My guess, he probably is very friendly with everybody on the team. He seems like a really nice guy in real life, from what I could tell. But he knows how to be professional. He knows how to be vigilant. We've seen that with the whole Jack Eichel fiasco. We've seen how He said nothing bad about Eichel the whole time, but he said we have to make a deal that works for this franchise. He had our backs. So I believe he has our backs this way also. If he can handle the Jack Eichel thing the way he did, and those 3 trades of Risto, Sam, and Jack, the way he did, we're in good hands, folks. We are. We're in good hands, and we have to let this guy do his job and let him make the decisions that we might not agree with. We might not agree with it. I'm with some of you guys that think that Dahlin should be sent down. Give him some time. 2 weeks, I think, might do him wonders, or it might break his spirit. We don't know. We got to be careful too. Just something like that. And I'm sure him and Granato have these kind of discussions. Adam seems like a guy, he's very in tune. He listens to other people. He catches what they have to say. And that is a really sign of a good leader, because if he's become a really good follower in our, obviously, in the downline in our management over the years. I mean, he's worked his way up to a huge position, and he's doing good at it. And he was the right guy for the Jack trade. I haven't heard anybody out there say that. They should, at this point, say, you know what? This guy really drove everybody nuts all summer. And that's why I believe what Digger is saying here about us just going, we got to go with the process. We got to be patient. We got to just believe and love this team and believe that they're on the right track. I believe myself, and I'll put this out there, that we're on the right track in this rebuild now. You could tell. You could feel the vibe. You could tell. There's no doubt in my mind. We could go in a long drought, and I don't feel like it's a losing culture. I feel like it's a rebuild, if that makes any sense to you guys. That's how it feels now. Before, they had their heads down, all that crap, all that baby crap that we'd see before, Jack smashing his stick angry, all that stuff. You know what? Now, when they lose, and they're going to lose a game, I see the coach calling a timeout with 1.5 minutes left because he believes they can come back somehow. And watch, that will happen eventually this year. We'll pull a goalie and get 2 goals in a game eventually. Maybe not this year, and might be next year. Who knows? but you will see it pay off eventually because he's got them believing in themselves. For me is enough. It really is. We're not the most talented bunch, we know that, but at the same time, these guys are embracing the challenge of resurrecting this franchise, which is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. This isn't an easy task for any player that comes in here. That's why it's frustrating for some players that come in here. You know, we gotta just make sure though when we do approach outsiders, not insiders, meaning our draft and all that. When we go to outsiders, we got to get the right ones in. We do got to get the right ones in. He made a really good call with Anderson this year, guys. That was a perfect call. Anderson came in, did his best. God, he impressed me. Like, you know, even if he's out the rest of the year, I don't even know what's going on with poor Anderson. God. But I agree 100% with this take because this is really a smart take on the team. We are losing perspective as fans if we expect them really to have a deep playoff run this year. I mean, wouldn't it be amazing if they even made, like, be a bubble team by the end of the year? I'm not saying they can't be. I won't. Not till the mathematics say otherwise. That's the way I am. No. So let's see what happens with them the rest of the way, for sure. And let's just support them. And of course, and that's my bad for that video, that intro, that I forgot to put Devin Levi. He was the first, he was the motive that's got me started. He was the first picture I uploaded. And I forgot to put him in. I'm like, I noticed this morning, I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes my brain, guys, I rush things too much. Yeah, so, we know we're good in goaltending eventually. I know some of you are frustrated too with UPL season. I don't really, believe it or not, put much weight in the minors as I do the pros. If he was up here doing what Dell's doing, yes, I'd be worried. But as far as we know, UPL might come here and play better. As crazy as that sounds, he just might. There's no way to know. I hope we get UPL in some games this year. We need to get a feel of who is, my gut feeling, I'll just put it out there, is once we got Devin Levi in that deal, I just thought it a Team Canada thing. Really, what a genius move by Adams getting this guy. Wow. And everybody was upset at what we got for Sam, not me. No. As soon as we got this kid, I was like, wow. God, like I remember on Team Canada, I couldn't believe we didn't win the gold when the States won. I couldn't believe it because really this kid was indestructible coming in. We'll have to see what happens there. I don't want to write off Portillo either. I like his size. But Devin Levi might be the kid that takes the reins eventually at a very young age in Buffalo. He might be up here when he's 22. Let's keep an eye on that one. So trust the process. Yes, I agree. Trust the process. We've got to go with it. We've got to keep drafting. And we're going to have a blast, guys. Keep in mind, we're going to have a blast this draft. We got 3 first-rounders. I wish we could get one more. Last time somebody had 4 first-rounders, there's a trivia. I believe it was, God, I think it was way back. I think, if I'm going to guess, I'm going to say it was way back, early 90s or in the 70s. It's a while. I'd have to check on that one. I'm going to check that. Okay, I'm blabbing. I'm going to leave it there. And I got one more video, and who is it? It's for Vernon Howe. Vernon, it might be tonight, okay? That's the last one I got to catch up. So that's it right there. Okay, folks, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.